So have you found your passion and purpose? This is the single most important thing to really connecting to our why, and the thing that really is going to make us most fulfilled, most content, and what I've seen from the people that have it right, the happiest. And that's really, when you look at a successful life, what it's really all about. What does it look like when you found it? I give you many examples. I don't know if those of you have ever checked out a channel on YouTube, Thank God It's Monday. The gentleman's name is Eric Thomas. I'd never seen Eric Thomas before a couple of years ago, and I was sourcing keynote speakers for the organization where I work. I had a note from the VP of Sales, and it literally had a link to one of Eric Thomas' videos, and it was, hey, check this out, would he be a good fit? If you haven't seen him in action, it's powerful. But as I watched these videos, I'll tell you honestly, I thought there's no way this guy is real. It had to be an act. And I actually flew up to Michigan to meet with Eric Thomas. And a couple of things that strike you right away is this is not an act. This is something that you can see he is connected unequivocally, 100% all in to his purpose. His signature keynote that you'll see, and he worked it into actually the keynote that we ultimately hired him for, is when you want success as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll succeed. The message here is Eric has found his why. You got a guy that grew up homeless in Detroit, lived out of a car, didn't know where he was going to go for his next meal, much less how he's going to achieve success. Didn't graduate high school, and now you have a person who's gone on to get their doctorate. You have a person who's gone on to inspire millions of kids to not live the life that he did. But the message he speaks is around personal accountability and how do we go. So why am I talking about this? Because there's really fundamentally 4 questions that if you can get these questions right, you can find that just like Eric stumbled into it. 1, what do you love to do? I mean, really love to do. Like when you're doing this, time flies by. The question around that is, it's not just Netflix or binge watching or spending time with friends, it's specifically the activities that give you the most energy and drive you. 2, where do you have natural talents and strengths? This is separated from what you love to do. For instance, I love to play basketball. The challenge when I play basketball is even though I love it, I'm not really fast and I have a non-existent vertical. So as much as I love to play, I never would be a collegiate or an NBA player. Strengths can be found through multiple assessments. There's tons of great assessments in the marketplace to actually assess this. From Hogan, Myers-Briggs, a couple of my personal favorites are Strength Finder by Gallup and Standout by the Marcus Buckingham Company. The reason why I like these is they really get deep about what are your top talents or strengths, the things that you do well, and then Standout actually shows us how you show up to the world. When you take those 2 things, I'm on step 2, what you love to do, and then the intersection of where you're strong and naturally talented, then you can begin to work those things out to actually excel in an area from a perspective of purpose and passion. Step 3, what does the market want that you're offering? So again, there's certain things we love, we now have strengths. What are the things that the market wants? And this is an area that a lot of times people can easily drop the ball. Because if I pursue something that is, maybe I love it, maybe it's aligned with my strengths, but if there's not a demand in the marketplace, whether within an organization and or professionally outside, it's really just a hobby. It's not going to be something that's going to give you lifelong fulfillment and satisfaction, and certainly satisfy your need for hopefully financial wealth at some point as well. 4, finally, what are your values? So when I look at these main 4 areas, from what I love, what are my strengths, what is the market demand, and then finally, what are my values, the intersection of that is what matters. So you may be thinking right now on this values piece, how in the world do I know what that is? This is the part that is most connected to the legacy that you want to leave, how you want others to remember you. It really is a morbid example, but the way I communicate this to people is it's a classic funeral example. Let's imagine it's someday off, hopefully decades from now, that we're at your funeral. What do you want people to say about you? How did you contribute? How did you give back? How did you help others? Getting real about that connects to your values. Once we go through this piece, that's how you find your higher purpose and your higher calling. Once you get that right, there's nothing that can stop you, because these are really the things that you're going to be able to go out and excel, and you're going to be able to continue to work and push through, even when things get hard, because they will. But I can tell you from my experiences, and this is this journey toward life success we're on, getting real and right about these questions is the springboard to help you get to where you want to go.